Hello students, today I'll be teaching you forensic odontology. The word forensic is a Latin word which means before the forum. It is that branch of dentistry which in interest of justice deals with the proper handling and examination of dental evidence with proper evaluation and presentation of dental findings. Now, what are the roles of forensic odontologists? Identification of the unknown human remains from the dental records, electing the ethnicity and assisting the archaeology department, determining the sex of the unidentified individual, age estimation of living as well as deceased, analysis and identification of bite marks, presenting the evidence in the court as expert witness. Human dentition is never the same. That is for forensic odontologist in any of the two individuals. So our dental identification kit includes protective clothing, impression materials, photography, dental instruments and recording the data. Many high profile cases like Hitler body was identified, Bundy was identified from the bite mark, Vicky's was identified by the gold plug on the teeth. The dental identification procedures include very two simple procedures. First is we compare the ante-mortem with the post-mortem records, and second is 3D reconstruction of the face. So the first is comparison. Here we can compare the two radiographs, ante-mortem with post-mortem x-rays. Then next is we can have 3D reconstruction of the face with the computer. Sex determination. The sex determination is very important from the skulls. The first one and the second one is for female. First is for male. As you can see here, the correct comparison. In males, the skull is larger in size, female is smaller. Males have steeper forehead and prominent, as you can see in the lower picture. Architecture is very smooth in females. Orbits are squarer in males. Cheekbones are heavier in males. Mastoid is again large and prominent in the males. If we look for the mandible, the lower jaw is massive in males, it's less massive in females. And in males, the angle region is everted, as you can see in the first pic. The shape of the chin is square. See the last pic. Ramus is broad. You can see the pic number 3. Condyle is large. Pic number 2. In males, the incisal edges is less rounded in the teeth. In females, they have more angulation. Canine are very prominent in the males and the cervical region are prominent in females. If we look in detail about the male and the female, the incisal edges are less rounded, whereas the incisal edges are more rounded in the females. Canine are very much prominent in the males. Distal surface of centrals are rotated posteriorly in the females. Cervical regions are prominent in the males. In the mesial surface of lateral incisors is rotated, so only mesial third of the canine is visible in the smile line. Now, anterior fontanelle in the kids, if we talk about, they closes by 1.5 years. So, neonatal skull is like that. If we have to determine the race, the Chinese will have wider arch. They have enamel extensions between the roots of molars. They have 5 cusped third molars and they have rooted deciduous molars. In Europeans, they have narrow arch and the cusp of carabella is very common in them. In Mongolites, there are enamel pearls, missing mandibular incisors many times, and shovel-shaped incisors are there. In American Indian, marked adhesion is there, shovel-shaped incisors and large teeth. South Africans have the taller pulp chamber. Now we come to chiloscopy. The imprint produced by the wrinkles and grooves on the lips are the lip prints. There are various types of lip print. First is vertical, second is branching, third is intersecting, fourth is reticular, and the fifth is undetermined. Now, how we can identify them is the first thing what we have in the disadvantages is that the lips suffer from trauma that result in scarring, so they interfere with chiloscopy. Second is the zone of transition is mobile in them and appearance may differ with the pressure applied. Rugoscopy. It is a palatal rugae study, as you can see in the pic. The rugae are well protected from the post-mortem insults by their internal position in the head. They are insulated from the heat by the lips, buccal pad of the fat, teeth and tongue, means they preserve even after burning the individual also, which provides uniqueness, post-mortem resistance and stability. State rugae are more in South Indians and curved in the western part of the India. Now, how we identify rugoscopy is first I'll tell you the classification. Some have converging rugae, some have diverging. The first is one indicates converging, second indicates diverging. The primary rugae usually have 5 to 10 in length when we take the cast and note them down in through vernier caliper. Secondary rugae are 3 to 5 fragmentary rugae are less than 3 Based on shape, they can be curved, wavy, straight, and circular. Based on number, they can have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Now, DNA identification is also done for forensic samples. PCR allows amplification of the highly degraded DNA. Mitochondrial DNA is maternally inherited. This thing is to be noted down. Radiographic age indication, how the forensic radiologist help in the forensic department. From X-rays, we can tell the age of the individual. There are many authors have given their stages. First is prenatal assessment is by Cross and Jordan. Adolescent and child NOLA method, Scholar Maslach method. Moore's Demergians is a very common method which we use for child and adolescent age calculation. For adults, we have also the methods to identify, calculate the age, pulp to tooth ratio by Kaval. Harris and Notage method is there by development of 3 molars, and Kemmery's method is there. Bite marks. A mark that is caused by teeth alone or in a combination with other mouth parts is known as a bite mark. Now, how it is important? It is important as murder cases, rape cases, non accidental cases, food, self inflicted bites. Now, how we identify? We identify whether it is by tooth pressure or the tongue pressure or by the scraping of the tooth. In the bite marks, the things to be noted down is the injury a bite mark? Bite is caused by animal or human, child or adult. Does the age correspond to the type of crown? Are they unique? Can these be characteristics be matched to the suspect? So what are the findings? Findings can be interpreted as definite biter, probable biter, possible biter, and not the biter. To conclude my presentation of today, I would only say we as a dental professional, by understanding the forensic implication of our profession, can also form a part of forensic expert team during mass disasters and can help to resolve the crime and crime associated proceedings. Thank you.